Hey everybody, we're back with another episode of Game Nights. Huge thanks as always to Wizards of the Coast for sponsoring our show. Now today we're playing with the brand new legendary creatures from Guilds of Ravnica. If you see any cards at all that you want to get a hold of for your decks, please go to cardkingdom.com/commandzone. If you use that affiliate link when you order your Magic product, your singles, anything at all, you really are supporting this show and making sure that it stays on air. And another way to make sure that Game Nights continues to happen is to go to patreon.com/commandzone. You know, we love our patrons. They're our biggest supporters. We like to show our appreciation to them by providing some perks. For example, they get exclusive early access to Game Nights so they can watch it before anybody else. That's right, they're not watching me right now because they've already seen this episode. If you want in on that kind of stuff, please, again, patreon.com/commandzone. And one last thing, you're probably used to it by now, but we'll say it anyways. Please stick around to the end of the episode because we're giving away, as always, a bunch of free stuff and you don't want to miss it. Okay, that's all of our announcements. Now it's time for the show. How's it, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Game Nights. Today we've got two brand new guests and two of my very favorite people in the entire MTG community.
Hi, my name is Adam Savidan, and I am a member of LoadingReadyRun. You might recognize me from Friday nights, and I also do a wrestling podcast called Sidewalk Slam. And I also stream on Twitch, where I'm a fine purveyor of Canadian humor and video games.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm a Magic cosplayer. You may have seen me at some of the GPs dressed as Brea, as Liliana, or as Teysa. And I'm really looking forward to my first appearance here on Game Nights.
And we've also got another returning fan favorite, somebody who you've been asking to have back on the show for a while.
Hey guys, it's Craig Blanchette. I'm excited to be back on Game Nights, and I'm also excited to be playing with the new cards from Guilds of Ravnica.
Everybody's going to be playing new decks built around the brand new legendary creatures.
So the deck I built for today is Izoni, 1009. The goal of my deck is to flood the board with a bunch of small creatures and then sack them over and over again for value. I also have an alternate win condition where if I get enough creatures, I can just attack my opponents and kill them.
So the deck I built is Amara, Soul of the Accord. Now, you might look at this card and think that it's going to be an aggressive general. However, I see a bunch of tapping and untapping shenanigans, a way to really create reoccurring value and grind my opponents out, which, if you may have noticed, is my playstyle. So maybe not surprising.
Today I'll be playing Etrata the Silencer. Etrata's a really interesting commander with an awesome alternate win condition stapled to her. And the challenge of building this deck was figuring out a way to take advantage of it.
So the deck I built is Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice. The goal of my deck is to get out a lot of double strike creatures, equip these double strike creatures with a ton of stuff, make it huge, and attack for the win.
Oh, you're going to attack people aggressively? How original.
Hey man, I got a reputation to uphold.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here today. Very exciting. The first thing we should do is show off these awesome playmats from Ultra Pro.
These are sick.
Very cool.
Super sweet.
So we have two brand new guests here, Craig, two newbies, and we know what that means. That's your cue, Craig.
Do I get to do it?
Yes.
Awesome. I dub thee Lady Olivia.
Thank you, Craig, Lord of Infect.
He's just a mister. He's not a lord.
Jewelry says otherwise.
It's a lot of bling.
It is a lot of rings.
Adam Savidan. I dub thee Sir Adam, Lord of Victoria. Arise, Sir Adam and Lady Olivia.
Do I have to get up?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys can stay seated. Okay. It's just a saying. Welcome to Game Nights.
Only one may stand. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okay. Morphic pool and pass the turn.
All right, I'm gonna draw. Plains to you.
Okay, I'll draw and planes. Go ahead.
All right, I draw for the turn. I will play a swamp. You know what makes you a real good Magic player? Soul Ring. Oh, baby! Turn one Soul Ring? Canadian invades America, wins Commander game.
Is that like the headline?
Yeah. That's a YouTube thumbnail.
That's the YouTube thumbnail. Look at how proud he is of himself.
I'll pass the turn.
Draw a card. I will swamp, and then I will pass the turn.
All right, I'm gonna draw for my turn, and I'm going to drop a mountain, and then I'm gonna tap those for a Boros Signet. So this is one of the reasons I kept my opening hand, because now I'll be able to play my commander next turn, so things are going well. And pass turn.
I'll draw, and then I will tap 2, and I will play my commander, Amara, Soul of the Accord. Actually, she looks nicer than how I said that. One of my favorite things about having a low CMC commander is that you're the first one to get it out. So this is just great. Got Amara out on time, and I'm going to be able to attack, start making tokens right away.
I'm not sure what Josh's game plan is, but that creature doesn't look good. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? He attacks, he makes a 1/1, he crews a vehicle, makes a 1/1, like, no.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right, so I untap, I draw for my turn, and I will play Liliana, Heretical Healer. It's not the best start after a turn 1 Soul Ring, but it's a 2/3 that blocks Josh's commander, so I'm not worried about that.
My commander has flying, so if it flips into that Planeswalker, I should be able to take care of it.
Pass turn.
I'll draw. I will play Lazav, the Multifarious.
Ooh.
He's our new guy. Surveil is a really cool new mechanic. It lets you scry, but you can choose to put your cards into the graveyard instead of back on the library. So with someone like Lazav, this is really helpful if I decide to throw some creatures in the graveyard. Unfortunately, when I Surveil, it's not a creature, but I'm pretty sure I'll get something eventually. And I'm gonna pass the turn.
All right, draw for turn. And then I'm gonna play Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice.
Uh-oh.
So because of my Signet, I'm able to get my commander out on turn 3. This is right on track with everything I want to be doing right now. I'm feeling really good about this.
Uh-oh. Aurelia's bad. I don't have a lot of good ways to deal with flyers. I also have Liliana, who is going to flip at some point in this game. And flyers are very good against planeswalkers. So Aurelia is a problem.
Pass to you, Josh.
I was supposed to play a 2-drop commander and be able to attack one person on turn 3.
About that.
That's unlucky.
It doesn't seem right. I should get 1 attack. That's kind of like an unwritten rule in command. You play a 2-drop, you get to attack with it 1 time. Like, come on. No, they didn't get the memo. Okay, I will untap. I will draw. Luckily, I drew a card here that's going to get around this whole everybody's got blockers thing. I'm going to pay 0 and play a Paradise Mantle. And then I will equip the Paradise Mantle to Emarra.
So now he can tap Amara for mana instead of on attack and create tokens while not sending her into harm's way.
Things are starting to click why he's playing this general right now.
And then I will pay 2 and play a Sylvan Library.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So I kept a hand that had 3 lands in it, and I haven't drawn another one. And this card is going to be the perfect device to allow me to do that. So I'm feeling really good about my position right now. I'm off to a good start. Okay, Adam, you can go.
All right. Untap. Draw for my turn. I will go to combat. I will attack Josh. I'm coming in.
Yep, I don't want my commander to die, so I will take 2 damage. I will not block.
All right, and I will gain 2 from Liliana's lifelink. And then second main phase, I will play a Hissing Quagmire, and I will have to pass the turn.
Okay.
The bad news is that I don't do anything on my turn. I play a tap land, and I pass. It's not like I'm holding an instant in my hand so I can respond to something at the table. I literally have nothing I can do. I'm holding all green cards in my hand.
Draw. And then for funsies, I will play Blade of Selves.
For funsies.
For funsies?
Yikes.
Who's having fun?
Me! This might seem like it's not good with legendary creature, but while the tokens I create with Blade of Selves for Lazav will die almost immediately, I at least get the Surveil mechanic and can sift through some more stuff in my graveyard.
Right now with Lazav, it's not too powerful. She can only surveil 1 for every copy coming into play, but once she starts playing some more powerful creatures, this is definitely a card to look out for.
And then I will pass.
I untap, draw. All right, strap in for this. This is gonna be sweet. I'm gonna tap 3, then I'm gonna put out Sword of War and Peace.
Uh-oh.
That's not good, especially since I'm going to be relying on a bunch of my tokens as blockers, and they're all 1/1 white soldiers. I don't like the Sword of War and Peace.
All right, things are about to go down. I'm then gonna tap 2, and I'm gonna equip my Sword of War and Peace to Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice. And now I am going to lay down the law.
Yeah, all right.
So I'm going to declare my attack phase.
Yeah.
That's going to trigger Aurelia's trigger, and so I am going to give her +2/+0 until end of turn. She gains.
Hang on, I think that doesn't work because she's got protection now from red and white.
War and Peace.
No! No!
No! I mean, it's still good. It's not bad. It's just still good.
She's just less good.
So I didn't think about it, but Aurelia is both red and white. The sword gives her pro red and white, which means that I can't target her with her ability. At least I get to deal some extra damage and gain some life, so it's not that bad. Adam, I swing at you for 4.
Can't do anything about that. So I guess I take 4.
So that's going to trigger the sword, and how many cards do you have in hand?
5.
All right. I have 5 as well, so you'll lose 5 and I'll gain 5.
Oh, all right.
That was
Feels bad.
that was a lot on turn.
You know, I actually kind of
4.
like sitting here quietly.
I wish it was better. I pass.
On Craig's end step, I am going to Vampiric Tutor.
So Vampiric Tutor in a black-blue deck seems pretty good.
Okay, in response to your Vampiric Tutor, I'm going to Enlighten Tutor. Still on Craig's end step.
Fantastic.
And when I tap Amara, that's going to create a soldier token with lifelink.
Delightful.
So 2 of my 3 opponents are tutoring right now. I'm not doing anything. I passed on turn 3. This feels bad.
Okay, so I'm going to reveal Skull Clamp, and that'll go on top of my library.
I will do no such revealing, but I'll put the card on top of my library.
Yeah, Vampiric better than Enlightened, confirmed. And then I will untap, and for Sylvan Library, I will draw 2 additional cards.
So I use the Sylvan Library, I look at the top 3 cards, and there's no land there, and I have no land in my hand. This is a little worrying, but luckily I have that Skull Clamp, so I'm gonna be able to draw a couple extra, and maybe we can get ourselves out of this.
I'm not going to pay any life, so I'm just going to put the 1 card that I would normally draw in my hand. And then I'm going to play Skull Clamp.
So now, anytime I make a token, for 1 mana, I equip the Skull Clamp and I draw 2 cards. So all my tokens sort of become 2 cards, which is a great way to get my momentum rolling.
I've played token decks. This is one of the better cards he could play in his whole deck.
And I'm going to tap Amara for mana. That will create another 1/1 soldier. But I'm going to use that mana to Skull Clamp the soldier that I just made. And the soldier will then die to the Skull Clamp, which will draw me 2 cards. And then I'm going to pay 1 to clamp the other soldier. I'm just looking for a land, guys.
Yeah?
Stories I've heard before.
Dear Lord. Where my land at? This is horrible.
Josh definitely seems to be the biggest threat on the table, but he's missing land drops, so this is good for us.
Okay, then I have 8 cards in hand, so I will go to my discard phase. And I will discard Sky Sovereign Console Flagship. And I will pass the turn, sadly.
I mean, I drew 5 cards this turn, and I still didn't hit my land. I know it looks like I did cool stuff, but actually I'm disappointed with how this turn ended up.
On the bright side, at least there's a new War and Peace target.
Oh, true. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
All right, untap. I will draw my card for the turn. Okay, first of all, I will go to combat. Craig, I'm coming at you.
Oh, man. Why? Because I attacked you? I take 2.
And I gain 2 from the lifelink. And then I'm just going to pay 3, and I will play Slimefoot, the Stowaway. This card is in the deck because it makes tokens. I have a lot of sacrifice outlets, including my commander. It's also a mana sink if I ever get flooded. Unfortunately, I'm nowhere close to being flooded because I'm not drawing any lands. I thought I was way ahead on turn 1. Now I'm way behind. And I will have to pass the turn.
Okay.
So Josh just missed a land drop and Adam just missed a land drop, which means that I'm going to be able to get ahead. That's good for me.
I will play Nightveil Predator.
That's good.
Pretty good against Aurelia.
So this card can block Aurelia and kill her, which means that I probably won't be attacking Olivia anytime soon.
And then, Craig, I'm going to swing at you for 1.
I take it.
Okay.
So I got hit by Adam, I got hit by Olivia, but Sword of War and Peace gains me back my life, so not that worried about it.
Turn is yours, my friend.
Okay. I untap, draw for turn, and then I'm gonna play Dawn of Hope.
That's a problem.
That card seems really good. Yeah.
This is one of the new cards from Guilds of Ravnica. I have it in my deck too. It seems really, really good. Turns life gain into card draw and makes creatures that gain you life.
Declare my attack step.
Yep.
How many cards in hand, everybody?
5.
5.
7.
Josh, I am going to attack you for 4.
Okay. Take 4, and that's commander damage. Then I have 7 cards in hand, so I will take 7 damage. Jeez.
And I'll gain 5.
I never thought that I would be regretful about drawing a lot of cards. I mean, I'm still not. I'm not. But that was a lot of damage.
And that's gonna trigger the Dawn of Hope, which I'm not going to use.
Okay.
And then I am going to play Combat Celebrant.
Oh my god.
Come on.
That seems good with a Sword of War and base.
This card allows me to get an extra attack step, which with the Sword of War and piece is going to be incredible. And now I'm able to use Aurelia's triggers on the combat celebrant, so I'm excited about next turn. And pass the turn.
Okay, I will untap.
Going into this turn, my only goal is to draw a land.
I will Sylvan Library. Come on.
Luckily, I'm looking at 3 cards instead of 1. There's got to be a land there, right?
You could take 8 here.
You could. You could draw 2 cards.
Seems like a bad idea since the more cards I have in the hand, the worse it is for me. So I will draw 1 of the cards, and I will pay to 0 life. And then play a Savannah.
So I hit my land drop and I'm back on track here. I want to add to my board and sort of set up an engine. However, I can't afford to be getting hit by so much damage from Aurelia. So the first order of business is, can I blunt that aggression from Craig? Can I talk him out of attacking me, basically?
Are you gonna swing at me again?
I'm open to deals, Josh. You know that.
Okay, I'll let her live. You don't attack me.
So Craig and Josh start making a deal, and I'm thinking, I mean, if they're gonna make an alliance, then I'm definitely gonna have to start talking to Olivia.
Hey.
She has pro white red.
I have 2
Can you
colors.
do anything about this?
I just want to touch your stuff right now. Just next turn, that's all I'm saying.
I like
Next
that.
turn?
I like that.
All right.
I'm not touching you. I'm not even going anywhere near.
Cool
what
story,
you're
bro.
doing.
All right. Yeah,
I feel like while we were making a deal, they were making a deal.
I agree. I agree with that.
believe such a
What are you talking about?
If 2 people in Commander are making a deal that doesn't involve me, they've got to go down.
You're just like, I want to kill them both.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So with that agreement made, I'm kind of in the clear. I'm free to add to my board, and I have some really spicy stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna pay 2, and I'm gonna play Quest for Renewal.
So this card is super important to the deck because with my ability to tap Amara, this will untap it on other players' turns. Now I'm making soldier tokens on everybody else's turn.
And then I'm gonna tap 3, tapping Amara. So that's gonna do 2 things. Add a counter to Quest for Renewal, and create a soldier token.
Which is great. They're 1/1s. What can you do with 1/1s? Hang on a second.
And then with that 3 mana, I'm gonna play Mentor of the Meek.
All right, I take back what I said about Josh's commander. I understand now. He can tap it at will and he makes a 1/1. And with Mentor of the Meek on the board, he just gets to draw a card every time.
Josh has all but put the key and turned on the ignition for his engine. It's not going to be good once the Quest for Renewal hits 4.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right, I will untap and I will draw for the turn. Then I want to play Gehenna, Undying Partisan. I didn't want to play this card right now because it's such an important piece to my deck. But I also just cannot sit around doing nothing for 2 turns in a row. And I will just play a Jade Mage. So I feel like I have to do something and advance my board, so here we are. And then I will go to combat. Craig, I'm coming in for 2.
No blocks.
So you take 2 damage. Okay, so second main phase, I'm going to sacrifice the Jade Mage to Gehenna. So that's going to trigger Liliana. And she's going to become Liliana Defiant Necromancer. And I also get a 2/2 zombie. And then I will +2 Liliana. And everyone discards a card.
I don't like that. None bits.
I don't like that at all
Not
either.
one little bit.
Red-white is terrible at drawing cards. I need these cards. I worked hard to get these cards in my hands. I hate discarding cards.
I will actually discard a new card. It's Beast Whisperer.
I had to throw away Teferi Mage of Zhalfir.
You're gonna discard Gisela Blade of Gold Knight.
Good.
I'm going to discard a new card, Divine Visitation.
And that is the end of my turn, so I will pass to Olivia.
Okay. I will untap, draw a card, and then I'll play Helm of the Host. This is amazing with my commander because the great thing about the Helm is that all of the copies it makes are non-legendary, so I don't have to worry about them disappearing as soon as they hit the board. And then I'm gonna swing at Craig with Lazav.
I take it.
I will pass the turn.
All right. I untap, draw.
Okay, so it's looking like Craig is going to get 2 attack steps here, and the only thing I'm thinking is, remember we had that deal before?
Okay. I declare my attack step.
Okay.
Aurelia will trigger, and I'll target Combat Celebrate. I'm gonna come at Liliana with Aurelia, and I'm going to go towards Olivia with Combat Celebrant, exerting it.
So you're gonna get an additional combat phase after this combat?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna block with Nightveil Predator.
I cannot do anything about Aurelia. Lily takes 4 and goes down to 1 loyalty.
All right. And the Combat Celebrant and the Nightveil Predator trade.
Cool. And I'll take 3 from the trample.
And 2 creatures died, so Gehenna triggers. Gets 2 counters.
Okay. So the Sword of War and Peace kind of stinks when I hit Planeswalkers because it doesn't trigger. And I need it to trigger because I need the life gain. And I need the life gain because with the Dawn of Hope, that lets me draw cards. And I need to draw cards because Adam's making me discard them with his Planeswalker. Long story short, I'm not going to be able to kill Liliana on the second attack. I got to go for the life gain. And then second attack phase, I'm going to swing at Olivia for 4.
I'll take 4 damage.
It's only 4.
It's only 4.
How many cards do you have in hand?
I have 3 cards in hand.
And I will gain 4 from the sword. So when I gain life, that's going to trigger my Dawn of Hope. And I'm going to tap 2 to draw a card. So now I am going to play Felwar Stone, and then I am going to play another new card called Bounty Agent. So this is a new card that allows me to control the board without really doing that much. All I have to do is have it out there and then use it as a threat when people come towards me. And pass turn.
All right, I will Sylvan Library.
Writes down, no lands.
I'm gonna draw that card and put 2 back on top.
The thing that sucks about taking so much damage so quickly from Craig early in the game is my Sylvan Library is not as useful because I feel like I can never pay the 4 life for a card. I'm just already so low.
So I'm gonna tap Amara for 1 to add a green mana to my mana pool. That will trigger the quest for renewal. It will also create a soldier with lifelink. Trigger the Mentor of the Meek. I'm gonna pay 1 mana to draw a card, and then I'm gonna play Growing Rites of Itlimoc.
Fantastic.
So I didn't draw a land this turn, but this card is even better because it does flip over into a land that taps for a lot more than 1 mana.
When Growing Rites enters, I'm going to look at the top 4 cards in my library. There are no creatures in here. I found out where some lands were, though. That's great. That's awesome. So all 4 go on the bottom. So then I will go to combat. Olivia, I'm sorry, you have no blockers. I will swing at you for 3. And that's going to trigger my quest for renewal and put the last 2 counters on it.
Okay, I'll take 3.
And then I will gain 1 from the lifelink. And then I will move to my end step, and that's gonna trigger Growing Rites of Itlimoc, and I will flip it over. And it will become Itlimoc, Cradle of the Sun.
So this is just going great. Quest for Renewal is active. My creatures are all gonna untap on everybody else's turn, which means my draw engine is in full effect.
And then it's your turn, Adam.
All right, I will untap.
When you untap, I will untap my creatures because of Quest for Renewal.
I will draw for the turn. Okay. Unfortunately, I missed another land drop. The guy with the turn 1 Soul Ring is behind. All right, I'm gonna move to combat. I couldn't get through Josh's board, and I made an alliance with Olivia. So this makes my attacking choices very easy. And I am going to attack Craig with Gehenna.
What? How much?
4 whole damage.
Take 4.
Second main phase, I'm going to tick up Liliana, and everyone discards a card.
That's getting old.
Very nice of Craig to not kill Liliana. Discard is so good for me because I'm putting more creatures in my graveyard for my commander. And I'm also taking cards out of my opponent's hands.
Since I don't have a good draw engine going, these discards are hurting me a lot more than they should. Worst alliance ever.
And then I'm gonna tap 3 mana and I will play a Catacomb Sifter. And that gets me a Sion. This card lets me scry every time a creature I control dies, so that could help with my land problems, I'm hoping. I'm falling farther and farther behind every time I don't draw a land. And that is all I can do for my turn.
Okay, so on your end step, I'm gonna tap Emarra for a white mana. When she becomes tapped, that will create a soldier token. That's gonna trigger the Mentor of the Meek. And I will use the mana I created with Emarra to pay, and I will draw.
Josh's engine is online, and with the Quest for Renewal active, he can do this on everybody's turn.
This is getting out of hand.
Good?
Yep.
Great. I'll untap
And then I will untap because of Quest for Renewal.
and draw a card. And then I'm going to pay 2 for Mission Briefing. It's Surveil 2.
Oh, you can cast anything out of your graveyard after that?
Instant or sorcery.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. And then I'm gonna choose Vampiric Tutor.
When you're doing the type of things that I'm doing and are all set up and it's an engine and every other player is noticing that, you don't like it when your opponent goes and tutors because my assumption is she's gonna find an answer to everything I'm doing.
So after missing a land last turn and not drawing one this turn, I hate to tutor for mana, but this is the space we're in. I will pass the turn.
All right.
Because I want 1 blocker.
Okay, on your end step, I'm gonna do the same trick with Amara where I tap her for mana, use the mana when the soldier comes in to draw a card with Mentor of the Meek, and then I will untap on your untap step. So I'm just not gonna touch my stuff.
I'm a little worried about Josh. He has an engine going, and he has, for all intents and purposes, infinite mana.
So everything Josh is doing right now looks terrible, but I'm not really that worried because I've got an ace in the hole. So I'm sorry. I just want you all to know how sorry I am.
Well, I'm scared.
Yeah, now I'm terrified.
When Craig says something like, "I'm really sorry, guys," you brace for impact.
I play Elish Norn.
Oh my god, this is perfect. This wipes Josh's board, and it leaves mine completely untouched. I lose a 1/1 and a 2/2 zombie, but that's not a big deal.
I don't understand why Craig's apologizing. This is awesome.
I'm feeling sky high right now. I'm feeling on top of the world right now.
Yeah, this is gonna literally wipe everything I have. My engine will be gone. I cannot allow this to happen. So, in response, I am going to tap Amara for white. That will make a soldier. That will trigger Mentor of the Meek. I will tap the Cradle, so I have 7 green mana floating. I will use one of them to draw a card. But how, Josh? How is white gonna stop this? You can't kill Elish Norn because she'll have to be on the battlefield. Your stuff will already be dead. How can you stop it? And then I'm going to cast Lapse of Certainty. And I'm gonna counter target spell. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I feel very smart right now because I played a counter spell in white.
What universe are we in?
Oh my god.
What is this? What happened to the color pie?
So Elish Norn will go to the top of the library.
Thankfully, the counter only put it on top of Craig's library, which means it's gonna get cast again.
So yeah, I kind of stalled the bad thing from happening, but it's just gonna come around next turn. I'm kind of worried. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get out of this.
Okay, declare attacks. Aurelia will trigger and I'll target Bounty Agent. I would really love to attack into Josh this turn, but I have to keep the cards that I have right now. So I need to attack that Liliana. I'm gonna swing Aurelia at Liliana and Bounty Agent at Olivia.
Ugh, I'll take the 4.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it, so Liliana is gone. She is off the board.
That's it, I'm done.
Okay, I untap.
I'm feeling bad about this. I dumped 7 mana into this turn and now it's all gone.
And then I will Sylvan Library.
At least I have a chance here. I'll have an entire turn to try and come up with some kind of answer and get ready for Elish Norn's return.
How much can Josh really do with 1 turn?
I'll put 1 in my hand, pay 0 life. And then tap Amara for a white mana. That's gonna create a soldier token. That's gonna trigger Mentor of the Meek. Tap Itlamok for 2, 4, 6, 8. So I have 7 green and the 1 white from Amara still floating. I'll draw a card off Mentor of the Meek.
How much can Josh really do with 1 turn?
And I'm gonna play Sword of Feast and Famine.
That thing gives protection from black and green. My deck is black and green.
And I will equip to a soldier token. Then I'm going to play Vidalcan Orrery.
Things are going nuts on Josh's board. Now he's able to play stuff at instant speed. With his draw spells and his infinite mana, no problem.
How much can Josh do with 1 turn?
I'll pay a white and I will Skull Clamp one of the soldiers to draw 2.
Basically, it just looks like Josh is frantically trying to stop Elish Norn from hitting the battlefield and wiping his board.
And then I will go to combat. Olivia, I'm gonna swing at you for 3 with a soldier with a sword. And Craig, I'm gonna swing at you with the other 4 soldiers.
Block 1 of them.
Yep.
And take 3.
This sucks. I can't block. He's got protection from black. I'll take 3.
And then the soldier token that was blocked will die.
So Gehenna triggers, gets a counter.
So it's a 5/5 now. And then Sword of Feast and Famine is gonna trigger. Olivia, sorry, you have to discard.
I will discard Devious Cover-Up.
And I will untap my lands.
Josh untaps all of his lands, and he's got Vidalcan Orrery.
I'd love to say with all the cards I've drawn and the powerful stuff that I'm doing that I've found an answer to that Elish Norn that's coming, but the only thing I've managed to get my hands on is a Teferi's Protection. But it's not actually very good against Elish Norn because I phase out and then I phase back in and then my stuff just all dies then. I mean, it's a really good card, but in this situation, I don't think it saves me. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get out of this.
Then I'll pass the turn.
All right, so I untap.
And I'll untap all my creatures.
And then I draw my card for the turn. All right, we drew a land. Okay.
We did it.
We did it. Yes! I drew that land. Now I'm gonna do absolutely nothing. Who do I want to attack? I attacked Craig last turn.
He's at 41.
Yeah, that's true.
But you attacked me last turn. You're so right.
Coming at you with Gehenna, Catacomb Sifter, and Slimefoot.
What? This is like 3 or 4. That's it. Josh, you're off the hook. Now,
What are you gonna not play Elish Norn?
we should be banding together at this point, not attacking each other. Okay. All right. I'll take 9. So I'm not super pumped that Adam's hit me in the face right now. Oh no, I'm at 32.
Oh no. I have things I can cast, but I know I can't do much because Elish Norn is on the top of Craig's library and she's coming down next turn. But I have a plan for that. And I'm going to pass the turn to Olivia.
On the end step, I'm going to do the same little thing. Make a soldier, draw a card off Mentor of the Meek, and then I will untap on Olivia's turn.
Okay.
I'm wary of what Adam's got going on over there. Missed multiple land drops, loudly complains about it, finally draws the best land in his deck, passes turn without doing anything.
I'm gonna tap Sunken Hollow and Soul Ring.
There it is.
Yay! I can do stuff.
So with Soul Ring out after missing the last 2 land drops, I finally feel like it's time to bring out my commander.
I will finally play Etrata the Silencer.
So you can probably see now what I've been trying to make happen. The best part is she's a 3/5, so even when Elish Norn comes out, she'll survive. So I'm pretty hopeful I'll be able to equip something on her next turn and start swinging.
I'm gonna sit here and look threatening, but be able to do nothing, so
Okay.
I'll pass the turn to Craig.
Okay, on end step, I'm gonna do the same little trick. Make a soldier, use the mana, I'll draw a card off Mentor of the Meek. And that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So here we go. Craig's gonna draw Elish Norn, and I have not really found a full answer to it. I'm gonna be able to save a few things, but I'm in big trouble.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna cast Elish again, eliminate Josh's board, and leave me in the clear.
So I'm about to solve all the problems that happened within the last 2 turns.
Elish Norn. Elish Norn.
Elish Norn! Elish Norn!
I have to, I gotta do it. Play Elish Norn.
Elish Norn? Yeah, I hear that card is pretty good. In fact, there's been a lot of good cards played this episode. If you see any that you want to pick up for your decks, just go to cardkingdom.com/commandzone. You can grab those new legendary creatures from Guilds of Ravnica or even just a booster box or 2. We say this all the time. You're a Magic player. You're going to order Magic cards. If you just use the affiliate link when you do it, you're simultaneously supporting the content that you enjoy, and we super appreciate it. I want to give also a big shout out to Ultra Pro. You know, you may have noticed on the table this game are my favorite new product from them. It's the guild-themed sleeves. I've got some in my hand here. I've got the Boros and the Dimir sleeves. I just love the simple, classy, elegant design of these, and I know sleeves with printed backgrounds in the past have kind of gotten a bad rap because they're known to be not as durable, but Ultra Pro, because they developed their Eclipse sleeves, has sort of ported over that durability to all of their sleeves. So these guild sleeves are very, very durable. In fact, I'm going to do the stretch test here where you try and pull the sleeve apart, and you can see you can't pull it apart. I just tried, and it's not coming apart. So these are super durable, definitely good enough to put your commander decks in, which means I'm going to need about 500 Izzet sleeves. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm stalling because I don't want to deal with that Elish Norn. But, I mean, the show must go on. So here we go.
Elish Norn. Elish Norn.
Elish Norn! Elish Norn!
I have to, I gotta do it. Play Elish Norn.
This is great, exactly what I wanted.
Here's Elish Norn. This is exactly what I wanted to have happen because your boy's got a plan. Okay, so Elish Norn's on the stack. I'm gonna tap 5.
Uh-oh. What is going on?
I'm gonna play Dictate of Arrow. This is perfect. So now Elish Norn is gonna wipe the board, kill all of Josh's creatures. 2 of my creatures are going to die. My opponents are gonna have to sacrifice what's left over. I'm gonna be the only player with any creatures. I've never felt like I had a Magic the Gathering game locked up so hard before. I am the smartest man alive.
So we've got an Elish Norn, then a
Dictate.
Yeah.
I know you.
Neither has resolved yet.
So I was a little down in the dumps before, but that Dictate of Erebos that Adam just played, that changes everything.
I'm gonna flash out Mirari's Wake.
So this card isn't gonna do anything because he's gonna make him bigger, but he still has to sack him to the Dictate of Erebos anyways. So I don't really get it, but maybe he's just using his mana?
And I'm gonna play Teferi's Protection.
So now when I phase out, the Dictate of Erebos is still gonna be there. And when Elish Norn kills Adam's creatures, that's gonna make Craig have to sacrifice his creatures. This is a way for Elish Norn to go away when I'm not there, so when I phase back in, all my stuff lives.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Oh, I'm screwed.
This is bad for all of us.
My whole plan just went out the window. That was it. That was my game plan.
The only issue here is that Craig's gonna be forced to sacrifice 2 creatures, and he has 3, so Elish Norn would stick around, but luckily I have an answer for that.
And in response to the Teferi's Protection, I'm gonna citywide bust and destroy all creatures with toughness 4 or greater.
Okay. And in response, I'm gonna use Bounty Agent to kill Amara.
Okay, so that resolves first. Emarra goes to the command zone.
So when the bounty agent dies, Gehenna and Catacomb Sifter trigger. So I get a counter on Gehenna, and then I scry 1. Easy top.
So it's getting a little complicated, and we thought we'd take a quick second here to just explain how the stack works. Now, the game keeps track of the order that cards are played in, and then it starts to stack them up like a bunch of pancakes. So we have an Elishnorn, a Dictate of Erebos, a Mirari's Wake, we'll get rid of that one because we allowed it to resolve, a Teferi's Protection, and then a Citywide Bust. The thing is, then the spells will resolve in reverse order, so Citywide Bust is actually going to happen first, and Elishnorn won't come into the battlefield until the very end.
And then Citywide Bust is going to resolve.
In response, I'm going to sacrifice this Eldrazi Sion to Gehenna, so he gets indestructible.
So they won't attack.
So they won't die.
Okay, and Elishnorn is still not on the battlefield.
Right.
The next thing is the Teferi's Protection. So I phase out my stuff. I'm not here. I'm gone.
Okay.
I'm gone.
Can
so,
you stay that way?
So deal.
Yeah, you disappeared, and now the Dictate has landed, so
Right.
it's in play.
And then the Elishnorn comes in.
So Elishnorn is going to kill the zombie token, which triggers both the Catacomb Sifter and the Dictate of Erebos.
So each of you has to sacrifice a creature.
Lazav the Multifarious is in the graveyard.
And I sacrifice Elishnorn.
I'm going to ignore the Catacomb Sifter triggers because I know what's on top of my deck.
Right.
And then Gehenna triggers twice because 2 of my opponent's creatures died.
So it's a 9/9 now.
Yes.
And then Craig.
I end my turn.
All right, so it comes to my turn, and during the phase, is that a real thing? Probably not. Phase back in and untap.
So the dust settles, and Josh still has his entire board state.
In the grandest of backfires, we've all lost everything. Josh has lost nothing.
Basically, my turn couldn't have gone any worse.
Then I will Sylvan Library, look at 3 cards, put 1 into my hand, other 2 on the top. And then I'm gonna pay 4, I'm gonna play Amara. I'm gonna put the Paradise Mantle on her. Floating 1, pay 2, I'm gonna put the Sword of Feast and Famine onto a soldier token.
It's looking grim, but it doesn't seem like the game just ends at this point. Josh has a lot of stuff, but it's not very big. I also have a card in my hand, and it could have a big time effect on this game. I just need time.
And then, with the 1 floating, I'm gonna play Reconnaissance.
Okay, so we had a lot of questions last time we used this card on the show. There is an end of combat step after damage is dealt when Reconnaissance can be activated to untap the creatures. However, they've already dealt their damage, so the game won't go back and take it away.
And then I'm gonna go to combat.
Okay.
And I will swing 9 at Adam and 8 at Craig.
I cannot do anything about it, so I'm taking 9. Ow, that hurt.
And I will take 8.
You're really testing the limits of our friendship here, Josh.
Okay, because of lifelink, I'll gain 14, going to 48, and Sword of Feast and Famine is going to trigger. That was at you, Adam.
Oh,
you
so
need
bad.
to discard a card, and I will untap my lands.
My one chance. I'm discarding a green sun zenith. I was going to use that, hopefully with my commander out, to get a Crater Hoof Behemoth to kill Josh. But I guess that plan's out the window.
And then at end of combat, after damage is dealt, I'm going to activate Reconnaissance and untap everything. End turn.
I'm feeling great. All my engines are still in effect. I really just need a way now to close this game out as fast as possible before my opponents find that board wipe or some way to get rid of everything I've got.
I don't have anything that can deal with Josh's board, so I'm really hoping Craig or Adam has some kind of answer to this.
I am going to tap green, black, and 2, and bring my commander out.
Oh.
Sweet.
Undergrowth triggers. There are 4 creatures in my graveyard. I get 4 1/1s. I feel like my board state with Dictate of Erebos, it makes it really tough for Josh to even think about attacking me because I can just start sacking things to Gehenna and Josh has to at least sacrifice some of the tokens. So I still have a chance. I don't think I can actually do anything. I'm gonna send 2 damage at Olivia. Slimefoot is coming at you for 2.
Right now, we should be banding together to take out Josh. So Adam attacks me. This is the worst alliance ever.
And I will pass the turn.
Oh, thank you.
I just need a Cyclonic Rift. That'll solve this.
Draw a card.
Spoiler alert, not Cyclonic Rift.
All right, I will tap 5 and put out Mirror Gallery.
So this card, pretty spicy. Having multiple Etratas would have been really freaky earlier in the game.
This would have been sweet 4 turns ago.
Yeah, cool story, bro. Craig,
All right.
have a great time, buddy.
I untap. I know this is looking dire. This is looking really, really bad. And it is. But my deck is capable of throwing knockout punches out of nowhere. And I just drew one of the cards that could make that possible. Alright, so I'm gonna play Boros Swiftblade, and oh man. I'm so afraid of discarding a card to that I have to play it now. Otherwise, I would give him haste and vigilance, and with the sword, and I would attack, and I would draw, and it'd be great.
Instead, is it Infect?
Grafted Exoskeleton. So now I have a double striker, I have a way to give it Infect, and all of Josh's creatures are white. I have that sword that gives me protection from white. He won't be able to block me. And pass turn.
Okay, on your end step. Because of Vedalken Orrery, I'm gonna flash in Nature's Chosen onto Amara.
So all these things that Josh is doing, which is a lot, don't really matter that much. All I have to do is get to my next turn, and I'm good.
Okay, then I will go to my turn. I will untap. I will Sylvan Library. I'm just gonna draw all 3 of the cards and take 8.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Then I'm going to tap Amara for a white mana. That's gonna make the soldier trigger, Mentor of the Meek, use the white draw. I'm gonna untap Amara with Nature's Chosen, do the same thing again.
Josh's stuff starts going nuts at this point. Things are cranking other things, and things are working together with things to make him draw cards, get extra mana, tap for extra mana, untap those cards every turn, draw extra cards.
My board looks great. I've got all my engines going, but I'm missing one piece of the puzzle, and that is a way to end it. I need to do that quickly, like I said, because I'm gonna give them a chance to come back if I'm not careful.
I don't like that Dictate of Erebos, but I can't do a lot about it. If you double block, I'd lose like 6 of them.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to combat. So I'm gonna swing 7 at Olivia and 10 at Craig.
No blocks.
Go to 7. Eesh.
No blocks.
Okay.
And I will go down to 14.
And because of lifelink, I'm gonna gain 14. And Sword of Feast and Famine's gonna trigger. Sorry, Olivia. I discard a card, and I will untap my lands, but they are not tapped. And then I will use the reconnaissance trick to untap all my creatures except for Amara, who's not attacking. And then I'm gonna pay 1. I'm floating 1, and I'm gonna skull clamp one of the soldiers. It doesn't. I should have done that before combat, but I totally forgot. So it's a 3/1, just in case your dictate does stuff. And I will play Cultivator's Caravan.
All those things that he's doing doesn't mean anything until that Cultivator's Caravan comes down. Now we can block. It's not a white creature. I can't use my sword against it. Every time I get close.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. I untap for the turn.
Okay, and I'll untap Amara.
Yeah.
Because of Quest for Renewal.
Just like I was saying before, Josh doesn't attack me on his turn because of Dictate of Erebos, so this is okay. I have earned myself an extra turn. All right. I am going to play a Ravenous Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
I'm going to target Amara.
Okay, in response, I'm gonna tap her, do the old rigmarole, make another soldier, and draw a card.
Okay.
And then Emarra goes to the command zone.
It's not the worst. I have Vedalken Orrery. I can flash her back in. I have basically unlimited mana. It's like a minor inconvenience.
And that is all I can do for the turn, so I'm going to pass to Olivia.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no worries. Good luck.
Thanks.
Can I just be lucky this one time? Spoiler alert, not lucky.
Okay, I will tap 6 and play Etrata the Silencer.
At this point, it's not looking good for me. If I survive through to the next turn, maybe I can equip something to her and swing at somebody once.
And I will pass the turn.
All right. I untap, and I'll draw. And then I'm going to tap 2 to equip him with the Grafted Exoskeleton. So the first strike with Infect is interesting because on the first strike, it deals -1/-1 counters to the creature. So then on normal damage, my creature's more likely to live. I'll then equip this. So my plan at this point is to attack into Josh with my Infect creature, have him block with the Caravan, and then my creature will eat his, and I'll survive till the next turn and try to kill him again.
Okay, in response to that equip.
Yep.
Double striker with Infect. Yeah, I can't let that happen. I mean, come on. Because who's it going at? Yeah, we know.
I am going to Swords to Plowshares.
Okay, so I gain 3.
Or Rectamundo.
And then continue to try and hobble back to any sort of stabilization, and I'll play Fabled Hero. At this point, he has so many cards in hand, it's hard to imagine he doesn't have an answer to everything I'm gonna do. Pass turn.
Okay, so on your end step, I'm gonna cast Amara at flash speed because of Vedalken Orrery.
Cool.
I'm also gonna flash out Springleaf Drum. Because why not?
I'm in the same situation I was in last turn. I just need to draw a way to close this thing out. I'm drawing a lot of cards. Eventually I'm gonna find something that helps me win, right?
And then I will untap. and I will Sylvan Labyrinth, and I will draw the other 2 and take 8.
Oh, God.
One of the great things about the soldiers in Guilds of Ravnica is they have lifelink, because now I can just draw those cards with impunity. I'm regaining all the life.
Then I'm going to tap 6, and I'm going to play Tristani Discordant, the new Tristani. So she'll make 2 more soldiers. So she will trigger Mentor of the Meek, but the soldiers are now 3/3s, and they won't.
Damn.
I'll pay the mana, I'll draw a card.
Okay, this is pretty good. This adds a bunch of power to the board. Hopefully now that everything is a 3/3, I can finally get this done.
Then I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to play Aura Shards.
Now my whole plan is gone because all he has to do is start popping out creatures and he can basically clear me out from this point on.
And then I'm going to equip the Paradise Mantle to Amara, and I'm going to tap Amara to make a soldier token. Aura Shards will trigger, and I'm going to target the Dictate of Erebos.
So in response, I'm going to tap green and black, and I'm going to sacrifice an insect to Izoni. The Catacomb Sifter trigger goes on the stack. And there's also a Dictate trigger.
Okay.
I'll scry one. I'm going to bottom this.
Now we all sacrifice a creature. I'm going to sacrifice the soldier with Skull Clamp on it.
Etrata's back in the command zone.
I'm gonna sacrifice Fabled Hero.
Okay, that's going to trigger Gehenna because 2 of my opponent's creatures died. Then because of Izoni, I'm going to draw a card and I gain a life.
And then I'm going to draw 2 because of the Skull Clamp.
And I will use Gehenna to stack the other 3 insects tokens. So I got 3 Catacomb Sifter triggers on the stack. I am going to keep that card on top, and I'm going to ignore the other scries.
Because you're just going to keep keeping it on top. Got it. And I have to sacrifice 3 creatures.
Yes.
Okay. I will sacrifice the 3 soldiers that have Summoning Sickness.
Yeah. Then Gehenna triggers.
Yep.
You know what? I'm actually going to sacrifice my commander, put her back in the command zone. So
That won't trigger Dictate, right? Because it doesn't die. Do you still want to do it?
No, I still do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Aura Shards resolves, zaps the Dictate of Erebos.
Yeah.
Now with the Dictate gone, I'm free to attack everybody, including Adam. The shields are kind of down, and we're getting close. Unless something goes horribly wrong, I think I can end this game in the next couple of turns.
Okay. I'm going to Skull Clamp 1 of the soldiers. It's a 4/2.
Okay.
Tap 1 of the soldiers, crew 3 of the Cultivator's Caravan. So it's a 7/7. Now I'm going to go to combat. Adam, these are all coming at you. And Olivia, I'm going to attack you with 2 3/3s.
All right. I will block the 4/2 with the Chupacabra. I will block the sword with the Catacomb Sifter, and I will block the Caravan with Gehenna.
So you're going to take 4 + 9, 13.
Yeah.
And Olivia?
I'll take 6.
Okay. Before damage, I'm going to use Reconnaissance to pull the Cultivator's Caravan out of combat and untap it.
Okay.
So Catacomb Sifter dies, Chupacabra trades, but because of Skull Clamp, I'm going to draw 2 cards off that one.
Yep.
And then, Adam, you take 13.
And I go to 1.
And then I'm going to gain 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 24. Going to 70.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to play Diversionary Tactics.
I love this card. It's great in this deck because I can tap down all my opponent's creatures if they're going to attack me, or in this case, if they're going to try and block me. So this is really going to be a way I'm going to close out this game.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right. Okay, so I untap for the turn.
Okay, and then because of Quest for Renewal, I will untap all of my creatures.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right, I'm drawing for the turn. You got anything you want to do when I draw my card? Are you sure?
No, I'll wait.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you.
The best thing I can possibly do is I will play Izoni again. There are 6 creatures in my graveyard. So I get 6 1/1s. I mean, what can I do here? I just have to try to get enough blockers on the board, but Josh can just tap everything down, so our only hope is that someone draws a board wipe. That's all I can do, so I have to pass to Olivia.
The only ray of sunshine I can even imagine right now is Olivia playing Cyclonic Rift. But she has 0 cards in hand and she's top decking. So please, heart of the cards.
Please.
And draw. Spoiler alert, still not Cyclonic Rift. All right, I'm gonna tap 4 and play Archaeomancer. And I will dig out Mission Briefing.
Archaeomancer. This would have been really sweet with Blade of Selves. 4 turns ago.
I'll pass to Craig.
Okay, hang on. On the end step, I forgot to do this on Adams. I'm going to tap Amara.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a soldier. Aura Shards will trigger. The most scary thing is definitely the Grafted Exoskeleton, so I'll get rid of that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to activate Diversionary Tactics. So for every 2 creatures I tap, I get to tap a creature. So I can tap Gehenna, Slimefoot, Izoni, and Archaeomancer. And then my creatures, they're gonna untap on Craig's turn because of Quest for Renewal, so I'm just not gonna tap them.
Okay.
And, okay, go ahead.
All right, I untap. So nothing matters anymore, but I have to start thinking about future games. I need to send a message to Josh that this is unacceptable. Okay, I'm gonna activate my Dawn of Hope, and I'm gonna make a creature with lifelink. I'm then gonna activate my Slayer's Stronghold and give that soldier +2/+0 and haste until end of turn. And then, Josh, I'm gonna attack you for 3.
Okay, I'm gonna block with my, what is it?
It's a 3/1 with the
block
lifelink.
I get it, okay.
Nailed it.
I'll block with my 2/5 Tristani.
Okay, it dies. I gain 3.
All right.
Yeah, take that. That'll learn ya.
So, because the soldier died, Gehenna triggers again.
Yep.
And I pass turn.
Okay, on end step. Same thing with Amara. Make a soldier token. That's gonna trigger aura shards. I will shoot down the Helm of the Host. And I'll activate diversionary tactics, tap 10 creatures, and tap 5 insects.
And it's pretty much just academic at this point.
Then I will go to my turn, I will untap, I will Sylvan Library, I will draw all 3, so I'll take 8.
They don't have any blockers because I tapped them all down, and I have more than enough power to finish it off.
I'm going to tap a soldier token to crew the Cultivator's Caravan, so it's a creature now. And then I'm gonna go to combat. So 20 at Craig, and 21 at Adam, and 2 at Olivia.
And then Josh killed us all simultaneously.
We did it!
I really like Ravnica because I think that there's something for everyone.
So many fun commanders in this set.
Because of the 2-color pairings within all the different guilds, you really can find a playstyle or a few playstyles that speak to you.
Surveil is rad. Undergrowth, I think, is super rad. I am very excited to play more of this set.
You know, honestly, I didn't know what to do with my commander when I first saw it, and then you go online and you start putting together cards and you come up with these cool interactions.
That's really what I love about Magic, is just how many different combinations of decks you can play.
I'm really looking forward to this set coming out and seeing what I can do with it with the decks I already have.
The cards are fun, all the interactions are sweet, but it's really about the people. If you can sit across and do anything with people you enjoy, you're gonna have fun.
So what's the headline now?
Canadian Emissary returns home a martyr.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the episode. Big thanks to Ultra Pro, as always, for sponsoring our show. I already talked about my favorite new product of theirs, the Guild-themed sleeves. They've got them in all of the 2-color pairings, even the ones that don't appear in Guilds of Ravnica. They also have the license agreement for all the artwork from Guilds of Ravnica, so they've got the deck boxes, and they're all themed to each guild. They've got the playmats that have all the Shockland art on them. Really, really cool stuff. You can find all those products at online retailers and your LGS. Now, I know you're all sticking around to find out how you're going to win. It's the same as always. Go to Facebook, find our post about this video, and click share to your public profile. Or on Twitter, post a link to this URL to this video and use the hashtag GameNights. Either one of those ways will enter you to win a bunch of awesome Ultra Pro stuff. Again, as always, you have 1 week from the release of this episode, and then we're going to announce the winners. So good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
They should rename it Vidalcan Ornery, because I'm furious right now. You never heard that one before?
Never heard that one before.
Did you have to redo that line, or is that good the way it is?
That was perfect.